Welcome back, everybody. It's Sara and Keith with the Leaders Lyceum and Weekly Thought Fuel. Hey, we have been in this, this is the fourth week of a four-part series that we're doing on applying the principles of design thinking to how we innovate ourselves as leaders. So kind of playing off of the small steps, and we've talked about really empathizing with the people that you're trying to lead or your user, what they really need from you, not what you think they need from you, so that you're designing your leadership for them, meeting them where they are so that you can lead them where you need them to go. We then talked about prototyping behaviors in this, and taking small steps and fail forward fast. And now, as we're drawing to the end of this series, it's the whole idea of iteration.
Yeah.
So go for a minute on iteration in the world of design thinking, and then how you see that applying to us growing ourselves.
Yeah, so iteration is the process of just going back through this cycle again. And the easiest connection is when you're doing a prototype test, you're then immediately going back into empathy because you want to be testing for empathy. But one of the key points of why we iterate is because it makes you go back and reevaluate not just the solution, not just the experiment that you ran, the new behavior that you tried, but did you understand your user properly? Did you get something wrong that maybe you need to go back and change the way you were understanding your user? So spending as much time understanding kind of the problem or the need as much as you do working on perfecting the solution. And we talked about this in week 6 in terms of what we do in leadership, and we talked about in terms of the cadence of growth, which really is just a more leadership friendly term for iteration of going back and saying, okay, I took this small step, and it's not just taking the step and running with it, this new lifelong behavior, but saying, okay, I did it, this experiment, what did I learn new about myself? And in this case, kind of adding, what did I learn new about the people that I'm leading taking this step?
It's so interesting. I'm working with a team right now, an executive team, and the CEO has been very transparent about, I'm trying to improve some aspects of my leadership. And he's asked really well, what do you guys want me to do more of? It's so fantastic because he goes into their team meetings and he will even tell a couple of people on the team what he's going to change, and he wants them to watch him. He doesn't tell some other people what he's going to change. And when he comes out of the meeting, within like an hour, he says, okay, how did I do to the people that knew? And did you notice anything different from the people who didn't? And he's really, I haven't even thought about it in this context, but he's really empathizing so that he can bring his solution and their needs closer and closer together with each iteration.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that whole half of the circle where he's done a prototype, he's running an experiment, he's testing it and asking for feedback, learning more about his users in the process, and then iterating, saying, okay, now what do I do next? Yeah. So it's not just I did it once and I'm done. Really saying I'm going to go through this and keep working and keep working and keep growing and keep learning rather than one and done.
Right. It's so fantastic. So listen, as we kind of finish this little series, and we probably ought to reintroduce this after we do the next series again, because this idea of taking small steps and being iterative with your behavior is really what leads to growth. As Sara said, it's the cadence for development. So that's your task right now, is to think, how can I be iterative with these steps as I grow myself as a leader?
Yeah, what can you learn new about you, and what can you learn new about the people you're leading?
Yeah. So, have a great beginning and middle of your summer. Thanks.
Bye.